Well, I've loved Provost Skene's house since I was a wee boy and I was first taken here by my parents. And I've been back many times. It's so nice to see a new lease of life being breathed into it. It's great that it hasn't just become this dusty old cobwebby place that is just sort of stuck off to one side and forgotten about until it's eventually sold off. You know, it's being used to just, I keep saying it, but to celebrate Aberdeen. It's a great thing. I'm really quite surprised. I didn't expect to be discovering so many people who were so important, not just to Aberdeen and Grampian and Aberdeenshire, but the entire world. I mean, upstairs there's a display about the guy who inspired Houdini. You know, we have one of the world's greatest mathematicians on display here, and these people all came from Aberdeen.
Yeah, when you walk in, and especially for the sporting heroes part, you realise actually how good we are at sport. So, you know, for the next generation, whether it's a swimmer, whether it's a rower or a cyclist, you know, you can go in and see, you know what, these people actually came from Aberdeen, Aberdeenshire, and they were able to achieve some incredible things. So, you know, why not me? So yes, I definitely think it's a huge beacon of hope and light for the next generation coming through that want to take their sport or their career in whatever profession that they want to go into the next level. I think it's important for us to celebrate. It's not necessarily shout about and rub it in people's faces, but do it in a way that it offers education, and that's what the Provost Skene House seems to have done very, very well. It's interactive. There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot of hands-on activities too.
It's an amazing building. I've seen it from the outside loads, and I've honestly never been inside. But now that I've come in, it's incredible. The building itself is magical, but then to see the 100 amazing people from every corner of the world, it's just so inspiring, really humbling, and a great place to come visit. Absolutely. I think when you grow up, you think your hometown is incredibly boring and nothing amazing ever happens. So when you come in here and it's all laid out in front of you, the potential, what can be achieved, it's incredibly inspiring, and it will definitely give all our young people something to think about. I'm
finding it really weird to be here amongst all these, because there's some great people here, people who changed the world, and then there's me, and that feels incredibly strange and weird.
It's a huge honour to be here and a big surprise. I think you don't realise just how many amazing people have come from our city and shire until you come in here and start reading all the bios. So it's a huge honour, something I'm hugely proud of, and I can't wait to show my kids.
I feel hugely honoured to be one of these individuals. I'm certainly amongst some great company. And just going around and actually realising the amount of talent and the amount of hard work and effort that everybody has put in to create something as spectacular as this, but also to actually find out that, you know, the northeast of Scotland has produced some phenomenal individuals, whether it's in sport, whether it's in science, or the music industry. There's just so much that we have to give. You know, we might be a small region within Scotland, but we've made a massive impact, not just for Scotland, but internationally as well. So it's very, very cool, and it's pretty awesome that I get to be amongst them.
You know, there's a lot of amazing people who have done amazing things, not just in Aberdeen, but going out into the wider world. Some of the stuff life-saving, and we felt that it was time that Aberdeen actually, going from being quite quiet and not really wanting to shout about itself, actually put itself on the world stage with a big voice. And I think this is what we've allowed this to happen today. I think, given that all the way through the life of this building, there's always been an appetite from the public to save it and keep it and restore it and use it. So I think people will be absolutely delighted. I mean, we saw that with the Maritime Museum when it reopened. They were absolutely overwhelmed with guests coming through the front door, and I think it'll be exactly the same for Provost Skene's house. And I think people will be unsure what to expect. So I think curiosity, and it's probably quite appropriate with curious minds at the moment, will certainly have people, I think, queuing up to get in.
I really love the fact that the displays, it's not just people who were born here, it's people who made their lives here. And that's the whole thing about Scotland. If you come to Scotland, you are Scottish, and we will celebrate you. And that's what Aberdeen is doing here. It's celebrating not just our native-born people, but people who have come and chosen to contribute to our culture and our lives. And that's something I think we can all learn from. And just be really proud of Aberdeen and Aberdeenshire, because these are the people who made it.